Hey everybody, this is a clip from the latest episode of the Randi Rhodes Show. If you want the full episode, you can watch live on
Mary had a little man. The fault.
We believe that all men are created equal.
To the magnificent mosaic that is America.
From radio beacon to radio beacon. I have a dream today. Change has come to America.
Believe me.
Knock, knock. Who's there?
It's a figment of your imagination.
Randi Rhodes Show. Turn up your
Calls to end economic lockdown.
Freedom is what we want. Freedom is what we demand.
Protests fueled by the president himself, calling for states such as Michigan, hard hit by COVID-19, to be liberated. Some labeling the president's response dangerous and clashing with his own guidelines.
Under those guidelines, you need to see a decline in the infections and fatalities, and that simply has not happened yet.
This, as some state governors say, before they can begin to reopen, more testing capacity is needed, calling on the federal government to help.
We're fighting a biological war. We've been asked, by the way, as governors, to fight that war without the supplies we need.
Every governor in America has been pushing and fighting and clawing to get more tests.
Sunday morning, President Trump telling governors to step up. Vice President Pence saying there's plenty of testing.
We have a sufficient capacity of testing today for any state in America to move into phase one and begin the process of reopening their state and their economy.
But scientists tell a different story. According to the COVID tracking project, 150,000 diagnostic tests happen in the U.S. each day. Harvard researchers estimate in order to safely reopen the economy, that number needs to triple.
We've been kind of plateaued at that for about 2-3 weeks. It's mainly because we've just had no federal leadership on this issue. It's crazy that we have shut our economy down because we don't have enough nasal swabs.
Despite testing troubles, some states looking to lift restrictions, in line with the White House draft plan advising some areas to begin reopening after May 1st. Vermont and Texas to reopen some businesses as early as tomorrow. Other states, including North Dakota, Ohio, and Idaho, could begin by May 1st.
This will not be an opening of the floodgates. Instead, we will slowly turn on the spigot, a quarter turn at a time.
This is a new national and NBC News Wall Street Journal poll says nearly 60% of Americans are more concerned the U.S. will move too quickly to loosen restrictions, causing more COVID-19 deaths.
Oh! Yeah, so most Americans are on board with, we need more tests. We need lots of tests. Oh, happy 420, everybody. Happy 420. What was I saying? Well, it's okay to have 420 on Zoom, I guess, because, most of the time you're going to, imbibe like that, and you're going to end up staring at a screen. Trust me, I know. I live with stoners. But go for it. It's only 3:09. It's only 3:09. I'll tell you when it's 420 on 420. Today is, Monday. It's Monday. The only reason I know this is because Friday and Saturday they begin the same way, but they end differently. Friday ends with a hot tub and a beer. Saturday ends with a hot tub and a beer. Sunday through Thursday do not. And for me, that's how I know. That's how I know what day it is. There is no way to know what day it is. Every morning you wake up and are you hearing Sonny and Cher? I got you, babe. Every day. Are you? Yeah. What was your weekend like? What did you do? Did you do anything fun? No, because you're patriotic and you understand that you can't. They want free. They want. They want freedom. They want freedom over there in Washington State. Yeah, 2,000 people. That was a big protest. 2,000 people in Washington State. Give me liberty or give me death. No problem. No problem. The problem is you'll become contagious and you'll give me death. And I don't want the freaking death. See, therein lies your dilemma. So please keep in mind that it's liberty and justice for all, right? not just for the very bored people who can't stay home, not just for the people who don't understand that the problem is they can't get the money out the door. And when they do get the money out the door, it goes out the wrong door and it goes to the wrong people. See, and that's what they should be protesting, because it's not just liberty, it's not just security, it's liberty and justice for all. And until and unless those people who want, liberty or death figure out that they can have both, but they can't have that without hurting me, let's not pay any. You know what they are? They're like branch Covidians. It's the new cult, is what it is. Yeah, the death cult they are the branch Covidians. They want to die. They don't give a damn about their neighbors. They don't even care about their kids. I saw so many of these protesters out there with their kids and no masks, and there was no social distancing. The president tried to lie and say, well, they listened to me. They listened to me. I thought you said that in your plan that you put out on Thursday, that you had to see 14 days of declining death and 14 days of no new cases. And then they could open up safely. That has not happened. So I don't know why he's doing this, but he's given these mixed messages, and he knows that the protesters are listening to him.
Urge those protesters to listen to local authorities?
I think they're listening. I think they listen to me. They seem to be protesters that like me and respect this opinion, and my opinion is the same as just about all of the governors. They all want to open. Nobody wants to stay shut, but they want to open safely.
Yes, so give the tests. Go be a national leader and go around the world and find the reagents. The swabs I found the swabs. Yeah, I found them. He was so nasty to some of it's almost uniquely women reporters and Jim Acosta. And Jonathan Karl. Okay, never mind. It's every reporter. Any reporter that asks him a question about what are you doing to help America move forward? What are you doing? He doesn't want to do anything, is what he wants to do. Nothing. He wants to watch television. He's at home watching Fox News, and that is his complete and total, give. He will not give anything more than watching television. It's all the man knows how to do. He can't golf. Maybe he can. I don't know if he's on the slide doing it. But so he just sits and watches television, and it's really pretty sad. And he tweets, and he tells people to liberate Virginia and to liberate Michigan. This was Thursday, he put out guidelines. About 14 days, you had to see a decrease in the cases. 14 days, you had to see a decrease in the number of deaths. And then you could move to phase 2. Phase 1 was stay locked up until 14 days of decreased case, right? And so people, the press asked him, why in the world are you mixing your messages? And they asked, Pence too. What is the deal with this man? On Thursday, he gave, stay home until that happens. And then on Friday, he's tweeting, liberate these places, as if this wasn't being done to protect the most amount of people possible. Okay? It's so sick.
Why is the president trying to undermine the guidance you've been laying out? And that he laid out this guidance on Thursday and undermined it on Friday.
Right.
Chuck, I don't accept your premise, and I don't think most Americans do either.
Yes, we do.
The president's made it clear he wants to reopen America. And
okay.
We laid out guidelines for every state in the country to safely and responsibly reopen their economy at the time and manner of their choosing.
You called President Trump a weak person, a poor leader. Now, I understand that he goes after you, so this is fully a two-way street. But do you think those kinds of partisan attacks by, in this case, you, are constructive in the middle of a national crisis?
What I decided was that the president has made many mistakes. Okay, let's have an after-action review of that. Yeah. But if he continued to put forth proposals that were not science-based, continuing his, what do you say, it's a hoax, it's magically going to go away. Okay, put that aside. But to proceed with policies which were not science-based, which are not evidence-based, and to blame others, name anybody, blame the governors, blame me, blame the World Health Organization, leaders leaders take responsibility.
It's so true, and he refuses. All he wants to do is watch television and agitate. He's like a toddler. He really is. Go to RandyRhodes.com for the whole thing and a podcast. Buy a stinking podcast.